Hello, Rebecca. How are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you.
It's so nice that you agreed to talk to me today. I am really looking forward to spending few minutes with you. And could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I live in Brewster, Massachusetts. I have two boys. Um, During the school year, I work in special needs at the local elementary school. And then during the summer months, I have a little shop in Chatham, Massachusetts, where I sell my clothing designs and paintings.
That's fantastic. And this is how I met you, Rebecca. So you have this really beautiful store in Chatham. You are owner and designer of Rebecca Jean clothing line. And your design are really beautiful. And you not only design clothing and you are also entrepreneur, you're selling, but also you have active Instagram and you also paint.
Yes.
So what inspired you to become painter and designer of a clothing?
I always enjoyed drawing or illustrating, and it wasn't until my late teens or early 20s that I really started painting. And then, as far as designing clothing, I used to always deconstruct old pieces of clothing of mine or my sisters or someone in my family's and
Mhm.
rework them to make something new. And I really always enjoyed doing that. Um, and then my mom gifted me a sewing machine one year, and then it just all changed.
That's awesome. So, and what I also like about you, that you design locally, but you also have local people to sew your dresses, which is,
Yeah.
truly American made, which is really fantastic, especially now in the coronavirus pandemic. This is really something huge and really really great that you're doing. And I love your dresses. They always cotton and they beautifully designed. They remind me about summer. And as you know, I have a few of them. I have your Lulu, and we were talking about making Lulu a little bit more professional.
Hmm. Yeah,
It is short, and what I did, I reinvented it a little bit, and but I love it. It's really so beautiful.
thank you. Yes, I love what you did to it. And I think that's a great idea moving forward, maybe for next season, is a longer Lulu, maybe with a shorter sleeve.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you just throw it into the washing machine, then you put it
Hmm.
on the line. And this is what I'm doing right now. Working in the healthcare, I am really conscious how I'm going about my clothing, making sure that this is something easy, cotton based, breezy. And this is something, I can do with your dresses. And they're so easy and they don't really change the shape. And I iron them, which provides additional antiseptic properties, which is, I think only to be appreciated now in time like that.
I agree. That's so true. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, what is rewarding in your work? What do you find the most uh,
Oh,
fun to do?
okay. So for me, when you walk into my store, I do think it's probably feels different than some of the other stores near me where they bring in merchandise and the store is full. For me, as you come in, my dresses are hung along the wall because I think of it more as like a gallery. To
Mm,
me, each dress is really kind of a piece of art. Um, it's taken me a lot of time to come to the decision of what the pattern is going to look like. And then it takes me so long to choose material because there's just so much beautiful material out there.
mhm.
Um, but also, when I say that they are like pieces of art, I also think of my dresses as sort of blank canvases because they are so simple. And I feel like the woman that puts it on, you could have two different women wearing the same dress, but however they choose to accessorize or not accessorize really shows a lot of their personality. And
Yeah.
I like that you can take one of my dresses and really make it your own.
Yeah. what I,
And
what I what I kind of did with your dress, but this is really interesting what you said, that you an artist, but you also inspire other people's likes and designs and desires really
Oh,
you
thank
know,
you.
that's really nice.
That's so nice. Yeah, I love when, so obviously it's wonderful to sell a dress, but when you see someone go try it on and it fits beautifully, like to see the same dress fit so many different body types beautifully
Yeah.
is so fulfilling. And when they don't want to take it off, or oh my gosh, if someone wears it out of the store, that's like the best compliment ever. Um, yeah, so it's so fulfilling to see people wearing my art.
Yes, I like that. I like what you're saying, wearing your art. That's beautiful. And you know what I also like is that on the sides of your store, you have this beautiful painting. So I think there's this very nice transition between clothing and paintings, as is, you know, in the last decade or so, I think possibly longer, but I think it kind of ballooned in the last decade. But there's a lot of designer exhibit in museums. Rhode Island Design Museum, you know, in Providence, Rhode Island, where I work, they have ongoing exhibition of various dresses by multiple designers from really long time ago. And it's so nicely, you know, transitions in between other arts they have. And I think, you know, you in your store also following this concept. And I find it so, so beautiful. And just to, you know, kind of you enrich yourself when you go to your store, because
Thank,
I'm surrounded by art.
thank you so much. That's so
So
nice.
always love visiting you.
Thank you. Well, I like when you visit.
And you know, I always break a bank when I visit you.
That that so the other thing is all the women I have met since being at my store. This is the fourth summer. I have met so many interesting women from all different walks of life. And I
Yes.
do think there's something about the space that when you walk in, it doesn't feel like you're there to buy something and someone's there to sell you something. And so it allows you to kind of be open and feel comfortable. And I've gotten into so many amazing conversations with you and so many other women that we all learn from each other and inspire each other. And
Yeah,
it's
so
really
I like what you said, that you know there is this women interaction and women empowering other women, and you know I like you as a model of a businesswoman, but at the same time your kiddos are around you, and I'm sure you otherwise have a busy summer while you have very vivid professional life. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Rebecca, just in few words, how did your art and your design, or possibly your business, change in the time of pandemic?
Okay, so that's interesting. I feel really blessed that the customers that I have created relationships with over the years, they all reached out to me, especially in May. My manufacturing had to come to a halt in Fall River because they too had to close down. And so I wasn't getting in my new collection as I usually would in May. So everything was on sale and they were all calling and buying things from
Mhm.
me, and I was shipping, and it helped so much.
Yes.
And then also, you know, I think it's super important, especially having children, that, oh, so also what I did was I got a restaurant job. I work 3 nights a week at a restaurant just
Okay.
to help, you know, financially make
Sure.
up for whatever
Mhm.
I might be losing with the store because it had to be closed. But I think
Sure.
it's so important having children for them to see us right now and see how we act in these times. And I want my kids to um, remember me always as being resilient and being a problem solver. And so, of course, I'm going to start shipping things, and I'm going to try to reach out to people online, and
Yes.
I'm going to get another job to make up for the difference. And I still, and always keeping them my main priority though. So
Yeah.
what was nice with pandemic is they could come to the restaurant with me because the inside was closed,
Right.
and could be there with me. And yeah, so just kind of rolling with it and being positive.
Yes.
When you put positivity out there, positivity comes to you. And yeah.
That's a very nice spin, but about your creativity, but you're also bringing on so many, difficult issues really, that people lost jobs, people think how to supplement their income and trying to, be there for their families. So this is great. I really like where our conversation was going from art, but also, the life and how we all have to adjust. And I know you are wearing masks in your store, and I ask you, this would be great to design masks, but as you said, it's not just so easy to transition your production from one day to the other, but I can see you doing something different with your masks. So think about it, because I think that we will need masks for quite some time.
I agree. I think so too. I wasn't sure, but it looks like, yes, that
Yeah.
is the way to go.
I think so, for the safety and, kids going back to school. And I think there will be a lot of need in it. And Nine Design is very refreshing. Wearing just always surgical masks is kind of depressing, which I have to do all the time. And all of us now have to do all the time.
Yes, I know. When you get to see someone's face, it's so nice. It's such a nice
It is.
surprise to be down here.
I know, you're right. I don't even, it's like I don't even know how people look. A lot of patients I'm seeing, they have masks. So, and if I see them for the first time, it's difficult because, as you know, 60% of communication is the body language, and now it's all gone.
Yes.
Because of now they wearing two masks. So it started with one mask or the bandana, but I see that now people are doing double masking.
Oh, wow.
And
Find that I read lips a lot, and so it has been a
yes.
struggle to hear because I think I read people's lips so much.
Yes, yeah, me too. Me too. That's a good point. Rebecca, in the last few minutes, why won't you? I'm in the healthcare, so I'm definitely always spinning every conversation I have with interesting people like you about how do you care of your own health, whether it's your hands or your brain. You already told me that you really trying to have this mental health and balance and trying to be positive. And I think this is part of being healthy, to have to care for your mental health and mental health of your family. But anything you do to remain fit or to stay healthy otherwise?
Yes. First, I really enjoy juicing cucumbers or juicing celery. And so on my perfect morning, I would have either celery juice or cucumber juice before I even have coffee. And then I enjoy doing Pilates out here on my deck. I'm in the beautiful woods. And so that just physically and mentally is so relaxing. But my most favorite thing to do is go to the pond across the street with my boys.
Oh,
And
yes.
they're really good swimmers now, and we swim across the pond. And it doesn't
Fantastic.
yes, and it doesn't take too long, and we have to do it in the morning before work, but
Mhm.
it is like I feel like we become one with everything around us. It is so beautiful and so nourishing to my soul.
That's wonderful. I am also a big fan of swimming. I
Um,
absolutely love swimming. I can swim all day.
mm-hmm. Yes.
So this is, I'm gonna, thank you so much for this conversation, and it's coming to the end. And what I'm gonna ask you to do is, on your Instagram, why won't you put a recipe for your cucumber juice? I have so many cucumbers and I'm being creative, but I would love to see another idea how to use them.
Well, I have a lot of different juices that I love to make, but I find that just juicing just cucumbers is so good. I mean, not everyone might like it, but I do like the flavor.
Mhm.
Ginger is something to add that's really yummy. Ginger
Yes,
is amazing when it comes to juicing. If you
and
like,
so healthy.
yes, really, really yummy. I will
Yeah.
put some juices up there for you.
Please do so. I'm also a big fan of ginger, and I recently am making a carrot tea. So maybe you can give me some good cucumber juice recipe, and I will post carrot ginger tea recipe, which is, as you can imagine, very simple, but it sounds very
Yes, that
healthy.
sounds delicious. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
Rebecca, thank you
Uh,
so much. And I wish you to have a wonderful and fulfilling summer despite all the difficulties, and best of luck with your art and your business and enjoying your boys.
Thank you so much.